today to remind you that Quilt Journal, which I showed you a video of a couple weeks ago, is shipping on August 31st, and today is the last day to pre-order at the current price. So after today, the price will go down to a different discount. I thought I would show you what I've been doing with the journal so far. Definitely learning still how to use it as far as when I actually write things down. When I'm free motion quilting, I've decided that it's best for me just to take the journal with me to write down the threads and stuff like that, and I'm going to show you more about that. But as far as what I learned from the quilt, or what I like about it, or what I want to do next time, I've decided that the best way for me to use the journal then is to take it when I always lounge in the evenings, and to take it with me then and kind of write that when I'm just kind of doing nothing anyway. So that's kind of been, you know, how I've been using it so far. So let me show you the pages though. All right, so here is the journal, and it also comes in green, which I showed in the introduction video. But note for when you have yours, or before you ever write in it, Sharpie does bleed through to the next page. So don't use Sharpie. And then here's just some of the About You pages, and I haven't gotten everything filled out. I've done a little bit. Here's that style page, and like I said, I kind of started on it. I haven't definitely dug in completely yet. But here we go with the first quilt I recorded. Here I've just kind of filled this one out, and this is my original checkie that's going to be in my stash workbook. So I've got, you know, everything checked off. I was able to, I think I started this journal when I was in the middle of quilting this. So I did get all of my things filled out here. And I didn't have a place on here for you to put the size, but I've just kind of added it to the notes here. The picture, I printed that out just on basic copy paper. So I sent it from my phone to the printer, and that printed out pretty okay. I think that looks nice. So I wouldn't, or I mean, of course you can take actual photos and have them printed professionally, but I just did this with, you know, copy paper. So I've got the Checky quilt, I've got Dandy quilt, which is also done, and then the rest of these quilts I'm kind of in the middle of. But another thing that I didn't talk about when I first introduced the journals, I kind of got hung up on the fabrics, like knowing which fabrics, you know, for your foreground and your background and your binding and all that. But one thing that I found while using it, it's a really good place to remember the thread, particularly if you stop and start something. I don't change thread a lot when I'm piecing. I always use So Fine and Blizzard, but for quilting and binding, I change a lot. So I don't use the same even brand sometimes when I'm doing my free motion. So that was a nice thing to add in here that I didn't think of prior to, you know, making the journal. And then the binding thread too. I'm actually in the middle of binding this one, chunky hand stitch binding, and I was able to put, you know, the color and the brand that I used. Another thing is the quilting design and the things that I've learned, or in this quilt here, I was able to put, I need to fill this rest of this out, but putting what, you know, I made it look this kind of ombre style. This particular quilt, this is a Dandy quilt, I made it look ombre style, but next time I put, maybe not do any kind of ombre, maybe just kind of do freestyle. So just kind of notes to myself for the next time I make the quilt. I found that really handy, and I've only got these quilts in here so far, and these are the quilts that I'm working on. I still need to go through my whips and add them. But other than that, I'm really enjoying the journal. I'm going to be putting more of these Quilt Journal videos, just kind of showing you how I've been using it, and I'm hoping that you will do the same thing on Instagram or however, or maybe even just sending me pictures, because I don't know, I always get inspired by seeing what other people do as well. I'm gonna put links to where to get the journal below this video. I'll also link to that original Quilt Journal video, which had the big overview of everything, you know, inside of the book, instead of just the little vignette I showed you today. So that's all. Thank you for watching.